we respectfully acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional owners of the land in which this video was filmed.
Hi, I'm Crystal Kinsella. I'm a proud Jawoyn and Wiradjuri woman, a supply diversity expert and published author. Welcome to Meet the Mob, a YouTube series dedicated to showcasing Black excellence in business. I get to interview deadly First Nations business owners from around the country and learn all about their why. Today I'm joined by Pat Caruso from We Create Print Deliver, who will share with us his why he got into business and why he does what he does. So to kick us off, hey Pat, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you going? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who's your mob?
So my name's Pat Caruso. My mum are from Central Australia. I'm a descendant of stolen gen, so mum was removed at 3, and I'm a Arrernte man, Eastern Arrernte man. So, and I'm also of Italian descent too. So a pretty cool cultural mix there as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of us that got those cultural
Absolutely.
mixes. Like my father's German, so yeah, Aboriginal German mix in there.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, it's really interesting how there's so many parallels between cultures that are from different parts of the world as well. From being from southern Italy, you know, the kinship scales and the authorities within the family are very similar to what are replicated with mob as well. So it's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. So tell us about your business and your why. Like, what got you started? Where'd you go into business?
Well, funnily enough, I started my business by default. So my background is from high-end advertising. So working and managing clients, like Hyundai, Godfrey's, Harris Scarf, Liquor Marketing Group. And I used to run the teams that used to execute their marketing collateral national and internationally. Essentially, I had a bad cultural experience with one of the executives of the organisation where we were sitting around at a lunch and, you know, there were some racist remarks made. And I chose to leave. I just couldn't, even though I was paid great as a young man, like at 27, 28 years of age, it just didn't align with who I was as an individual. So I chose to step out of that organisation, then jumped into a partnership and just found like the partnership was fine, but we were driven different ways. I wanted to fill my life cup essentially and not necessarily worry about profits, shareholders, understanding that, you need to be sustainable. And then I stepped away from that. I had some health issues where I was wheelchair bound because I snapped my Achilles and
my goodness.
and only just had my young son at the time. And then Billy's Family Bakery, who's a local icon, he does supply nationally and internationally, said, "Where have you gone?" And I said, "Oh, look, I'm just stepping back." And he said, "Look, get back into work because you're the heart of our advertising and I'll support your business." So essentially set up like 8 years ago now in a little 15 square metre office with me, a printer, a large format printer, and just doing design for myself. And then now we're here 8 years later. So
fantastic. What a journey.
Yeah, it was, it's been interesting. It's been very hard work, but it's been worthwhile. No regrets along the way. When you asked about what my why is, one, it was to provide for my family, but with starting the business, we're called We Create Print Deliver. It's because I couldn't just register the name We. What I wanted to do was something different within the advertising industry where we weren't focused on shareholders, we weren't focused on material things and status. We were focused on people as in, the people that we work with or the people that were involved in our business, and Create Print Deliver is just what we do. So essentially I wanted to build something different that was a great product that was focused on people as opposed to, and community, as opposed to just financial aspects.
The whole sentimental, your values set around we and the relationships that are formed through that. So talk us through some of your services that you provide.
Okay, so essentially we're a start to finish creative advertising agency with a full production facility as well. So you can come in and you can get your high-end strategy. We've got people on our team with their masters and they way outrank me in capability and their PhDs in communications, etc. So you can walk in the door and you can get your start to finish service where, you come in and get your high-end brand marketing strategy all the way through to execution and deployment. So, and it's essentially, for want of a better term, it's a one-stop shop. So you can come in, you can get 100 business cards printed and that's it, or you can facilitate a whole creative campaign that's delivered nationally or internationally from start to finish.
Fantastic. And so obviously you would have scaled that over the last 8 years.
Yeah. So I see them as successes of the network that we have. The support I have is phenomenal. That's one of the biggest things. And I don't categorize successes to, you know, outcomes, like I said, to the financial. That is always the back end of it, what happens. But yeah, essentially our business has doubled year on year on year over the past 8 years in terms of infrastructure and the quality of the people that we have. And yeah, so it is scaled massively. We have a group of 10 designers and marketing team at the moment. And
that's huge. That's pretty big.
Yeah, and then we've got 4 at the production signage facility that we've got as well. So there's roughly 14 on any given day, depending on how we execute additional resources. Should we need to facilitate, you know, promotional packs and do the packing and stacking as well, we can scale up. We've had a team of 30 working before, you know, for a couple of weeks on end. So we're able to do that within like a 24-hour. You know, a 24-hour period. Yeah.
So what does the future hold? Like, what's the legacy piece of where you're at now and where you want to be, where you see yourself in say, the next 8 years?
I want to build something that's special, that symbolizes something beyond just providing services. I'd like to set a status quo in understanding that the value of an organisation comes from the people within the organisation. It's not about the name of the organisation. It's about what individuals can bring, you know. And it's like you can leave everything at the door when you come to work and you're in a happy, safe space. And the value is based on what you bring to the table, you know, and the character of the individual. So that's something I'd really do from the business perspective, and allow people to achieve goals within it, you know, use it as a vessel for them to achieve things that they see as greatness for themselves. A big part of what I want to do is, people ask me all the time, what's my Indigenous employment strategy? I say, no, we don't employ Indigenous. What we do is we build self-determination. So they come in, we teach them how, all pro bono, they can use our infrastructure. We teach them how to market themselves. We teach them how to use accounting software. We teach them how to write contracts. We teach them how to understand contracts. And when they're out of their depth, to know who to engage and what to engage to facilitate that. So luckily enough, like last year, without even trying, and I don't keep tabs on it, is we facilitated like $600,000 worth of business for Aboriginal people and community without touching a single dollar.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, and it's upwards of $800,000 where we actually engaged on joint projects to deliver things as well. From a personal level, a legacy is people thinking that I was a great father, but leaving the world with 2 great leaders in my son and my daughter, should they choose to, have the capacity to lead our mob. We need more people who aren't influenced by what people say about them, and they know what they stand for, and then they can deliver for our people going forward. Because I feel that, you know, we stand on the shoulders of giants, like people like my mum and things she's achieved in her life, given circumstances. And what I've achieved and what I can achieve in my lifetime is so small in comparison. So I need to ramp up for my kids to be an amazing legacy for people as well.
Well, I'm sure that they're really proud of you, and there's a great pathway that they're following.
I doubt it.
Oh, go away. Don't undersell yourself in that respect. So you obviously work nationally. How can people find you? How can they put orders in, no matter how big or small?
Essentially just search us up. Even if you type in my name probably into Google, Pat Caruso, you know, it'll come linked to the business. The identities are so connected, which is great. And hopefully people like me. But yeah, pretty much jump in, inquire that way. Our numbers come up, just give a call and ask. And all the people within our team are multidisciplined. So they can do so many different things, and you'll always have someone who wants to help. A big thing is too, we've got an open door policy. So you don't actually have to give us work to come and see us. You can just come and have a coffee. We've got like 4 qualified baristas on our team.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it's not an unusual thing where people will come in, they'll sit down and they'll actually work from our office. You know, and you can just see who we are as people, you know. And yeah, essentially is that is just reach out and engage. Yeah. And the best way is, type in my name or type in We Create, Print Deliver, and you'll get what you need to get, and you can engage with us that way. Yeah.
Fantastic. So if you had a really strong, powerful key message to any of my audience out there, and I have lots of corporate and government people that are buyers who are watching the program, what would be your message to them in regards to doing business with you or doing business with businesses like yours?
I think the key message that I'd like to say is that don't underestimate the power and the influence that you have. There's an opportunity to really make a difference. And when I say that engaging with a business like mine puts food on my table and builds a capacity for our mob, it is actually a direct engagement that happens. We work so directly on a day with everybody that it works, and it can be the smallest thing, but start the engagement. Reach out, you have the power to do it, and you have the power to make change.
So powerful. Well, thanks so much, Pat, for joining us today for my program. It's been great to have you here and have a yarn.
No, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Crystal.
So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed the latest episode of Meet the Mob, and make sure you connect with Pat, share his story with your networks. Until next time.